All women are equal. All women are beautiful.
Except for Liz.
Hey. Who? Huh?
Just kidding. Lizzo's hot.
Oh, they said Lily.
No.
Oh, bro, come on, man.
Yeah. Just you're roasting your girlfriend in her house.
Yo.
No, I meant Lizzo. I didn't even think of that.
It's getting, the phone, the long distance thing is getting worse. It's like, it's just the communication thing alone is just not sustainable. Every time she talks, like, I told you this, like, every time I reply, like, I say something, she's at, like, a job or something, I'm like, who are you working for? Huh? Who are you working for? Huh? And, like, she's doing something, I'm like, who is the job for? It doesn't even matter. It's like, we just spent 30 seconds.
To ask the question, and it doesn't.
It doesn't even matter. It's like, oh, my God. And I'm just, it's not even her fault. It's not even her fault. But it's like, who is the job for? Like, I don't even care anymore. I'm just trying to make small talk. I can't do it. Can't do it.
You think part of it's because you're already smashed? Like, you think if you're still trying to win her over, if this was right in the beginning, if COVID had happened right when you guys met and you had never smashed before, you think you'd be able to do the long distance thing just to keep her intrigued?
No.
Nah.
We met in January. Like, we met only 2 months, like 3 months before COVID.
But you already smashed by the time COVID started.
Yeah.
You're already like the whole 9.
Well, I don't understand the difference. Wait, what do you mean?
Because I feel like I've entertained girls through FaceTimes because I've never been with them. So I'm just more motivated to entertain them and make them like me.
Right.
But once I've already had it, why am I going to be FaceTiming you every day?
Yeah, every day. I see what you mean. It's also just like, it's easier to entertain somebody who speaks the same language in FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can understand you. It's like literally half the stuff gets lost in translation.
It's more a language barrier than a connection barrier?
It's language barrier, connection barrier, time zone barrier. Like, it's everything. Like, I'm just waking up and I'm still like, and she's like really like talkative and active. And I'm just like listening to her and I'm barely even awake. And when I'm ready, like, she's ready to talk. She's about to go to sleep, you know? There's so many factors. If you're on the same coast and you speak the same language, you're from the same country, like, you're able to have some productive conversations on FaceTime. And we're literally just like FaceTiming to look at each other for a little bit. Pretty much.
That's a funny story. This girl, it was more because I was drunk. I was looking at her. I feel like I shouldn't say this on camera. She might watch it. Yeah, I don't really care. I was more drunk, so I was flirting with her, being extra cute, charming, and then she liked me. She texted me. She's like, oh, when are we going to hang out or whatever? Okay. So I looked on her Instagram, and I saw she has a podcast. And it's literally a relationship podcast just for girls.
So this, basically.
But their version. And I hate their version so much.
Yeah.
I think it's just solely for the fact that it's girls.
Is it actually entertaining, though?
I watched one episode. You know what bothered me? The amount of times they say like and how fast they speak.
I say like a lot. When I watch back the videos I do, I use like a lot for filler word. But I don't say it like girl. Like where you start a sentence with that.
It gets to a point where it's excessive and you start noticing it.
Yeah, and you can't really focus on what they're saying.
My problem isn't saying it. Obviously, everybody says like.
Yeah, I say it a lot.
But just the way that they spoke, and they speak so fast, and it's not very to the point, and their jokes aren't that funny, but they're all dying laughing. Mm-hmm. And that shit irks me in my tummy.
You don't think any man could enjoy that podcast?
I'm sure some men could, the same ones who talk shit on the second podcast we did on YouTube. Like, these aren't the guys you want, ladies. You want me. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Those guys,
she's not going to fuck you. Like,
those guys are liars. They like it. They wouldn't. Nah, they still like it, but they're just trying to sound woke.
That's what I'm saying. And then she had this part where it's her and 3 of her friends. They're going off on a tangent about ghosting. Mm-hmm. And they're just saying how bad ghosting is. And it's the worst of the worst. Like, you should never ghost anybody.
Yeah, that's just
give them the closure.
That's stupid.
And I'm listening to it, and she had texted me maybe 20 minutes before I started listening to it, and she's like, when are we going to hang out next? And every bone in my body just wanted to ghost her.
Wait, you didn't ghost her? You should.
No, I hit her up.
Oh, of course. You should have followed through. Imagine the podcast episode after that. Like, that would have been fire.
I didn't even know if they talked. They definitely would have talked about it.
Yes, they would have. They just talked about.
I still have time because I told her we'd hang out on Friday. I can still ghost her.
Ghost her, yes. I want to see.
That's even worse if I tell her, yeah, we're hanging out on Friday evening.
Oh, yeah, for real ghost her. Yeah, tell her, schedule it, everything, and then just.
Should I just flake?
Just
have
flake.
Her show up?
Complete.
Should I send her far, bro? Should I send her to like Jersey? Yeah, pull up to Boston. I'm going to be here. Come see me. I miss you. I'm just here in New York in your fucking apartment.
Don't go that far. Give her a little ghost. Just to stop the line.
I wouldn't do all that.
It's kind of immature to get mad at something like ghosting. It happens to everybody. It's not even a gender thing. It happens to me all the time.
They were just saying they really want the closure, and
that's immature to even ask for. That's just stupid.
I think it's not immature to ask for it because it's mature to
it's
give someone
to complain
closure
about it. It's immature to complain.
It's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is be like, I don't like you, so I'm not going to talk to you.
When are there morals in this game?
I'm not saying there are, but they have a point. They're not saying anything false. They're saying what their ideal world is, not that it'll ever happen.
Why do women always speak about their ideal world like it's going to exist? Like, stop trying to make things like the way they should be. Like, women have a harder time accepting the way things are.
You know what it is? They're so hypocritical. They want this ideal world. They'll be like...
So you're talking about they, like all women, or just them?
The majority, them, not even them. I don't know
Let's
them.
go full misogynist.
Yeah, full misogynist.
Yeah,
I don't know them like that to like delve deep into their life and call them out. But a lot of shit that I see on Twitter are girls like, oh, I want a man to be able to provide for me. Like, give me a spa day if I need a day off. Buy me a Birkin, this and that. And then those same women are fighting for equality and saying how it's not right when...
You can't be feminist and then also want a guy to buy you a Birkin.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That shit pissing me off.
It's a huge double standard.
And I feel like a lot of women are hypocritical in that sense.
You're right. I can
think of one girl in my mind that stands out so clearly that she always retweets some shit about, like, my man needs to buy me shit. My man needs to buy me shit. And then she'll simultaneously tweet, like, I'm a businesswoman. Like, I have it going for myself. I'm independent. I don't need this.
You're independent. Clearly, come on.
She's independent, but she doesn't want to be. But she just wants a sugar daddy, but she still wants to be a boss. I don't know, bro.
Could you imagine saying something like that publicly? Like, I need my woman to provide for me?
You should be careful. All the smoke's going to the lens. Think it's going to do anything?
Nah,
yeah. It's her whole identity. But she's bad as fuck. So when she hits me up, I respond. But I just know I could never, ever, ever in a million years date her or even hang out with her for the sole purpose of doing anything but sex.
Stuck on a new video. Can't. You got any advice? How do I get more creative? I'm trying to write. I'm just stuck.
You're trying to write?
Yeah, I mean, this happens every week. Like, I'll make a video and then try to make a new one, and I can't think of anything.
The thing is, you like hard-hitting topics.
Yeah.
You like some philosophical shit.
You know which one? I've been writing about this. I think that, like, some of my favorite artists are all dead. Like, Patrice O'Neal's my favorite stand-up comedian, is dead. My favorite drawer was Basquiat, he's dead. Favorite rappers just died, like Pop Smoke is dead, X died. Kurt Cobain, I've been listening. I woke up yesterday, like Nirvana was playing in my head. That guy's dead. Amy Winehouse. Why is it that, do you think that there's some part of you that you have to give up on? Like, do you have to stop caring about life a little bit to make really great art?
No, it's not like they gave up. Kurt Cobain might have given up because he committed suicide. But X didn't give up.
Yeah, but he was putting out this energy where it's like, man, you pull up on me, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, yeah. If you pull up on me, I'm gonna shoot. You stop caring about life a little bit. If you're willing.
Towards the end, he wasn't even like that anymore. He was on some little positivity.
I know. Towards the end, like after people always say that shit, but that was like 6 months after he was like calling out Migos on Instagram Live and getting jumped on stage. You know what I mean? Like, he was reckless 6 months before that. It's not like he evolved and went through this huge transformation. Like, he dyed his hair, and this happened a couple months later. That energy doesn't leave you. You can't just like be beating people up every week and then a year later be like, oh, I'm peaceful now. Like, it's gonna follow you.
No, but I don't think giving up on life means great art.
I don't
even think the reason that you.
I'm saying, like, I think you have to like.
I think a more interesting question is why you like those particular people so much.
Yeah, I thought about that. Like, am I just romanticizing dead people, or do I actually like them as my favorites?
Yeah, and they're less volatile. Like, the people who are alive tomorrow, they could become the meme of the century, and you'll probably not like them anymore because nobody else will. They just fade out. These people are dead. They're solidified. They're always going to be good.
Yeah, because their art is the only thing that lives on.
Yeah, they can't do anything to fuck it up anymore.
But I feel like Patrice, for example, like he knew he was like he died from diabetes, and he was fat like his whole life, and he never made an effort to fix it. And he used to always joke about not wanting to, and about like he would make fun of like people who are in their 40s who are like, I'm going back to school. It's like, you're 40, give up, it's over. Like, he would get invited to go on celebrity fit club shows, and he just wouldn't He would just make fun of it. Like, why would I do this? I'm 40. I'm gonna be fat. I don't want to work out. Like, I have to work out again tomorrow. He would always say that. But it made him like he just stopped because he clearly didn't give a fuck. Like, if you watch his comedy, he did not care about anything. There was nothing on his mind that was like that could stop him from saying what he truly wanted. If you give a fuck about certain things, like it changes your art.
I think that's living life more to the fullest more than it is giving up.
Well, not living life to the fullest, like living for your art. You're living to create the best art. He's clearly not living life to its fullest. He died when he was 41.
Yeah, but in those 41 years, he did exactly
That's
what
I'm
he
saying.
wanted to do.
So do you have to give up some sort of your life to make the best? Because he did, clearly.
What did he give up? He just gave
his
up
health.
Yeah, but he didn't give that up for his art, you think? He gave that up regardless.
But I think he just didn't want to get in shape because he didn't want to make a change. Like, he just wanted to be himself through and through. He didn't want to put any effort into anything that he didn't like. That's kind of what stand-up is. It's just being as authentically you as possible. Not caring about anything, not changing. Like, when someone yells out, like Heckler is yelling out, like, hey, fuck you back. Like, you don't care. That's what, that type of energy is what made him my favorite stand-up comedian. If you listen to Nirvana, like, I was listening to Nirvana all day yesterday. Like, you can hear in his voice, like, there's something really authentic about the way he's singing. Like, there's songs like he had called, like, Rape Me, and it's, like, really good. It's a really good song. And who else could make a song called Rape Me and make it fire? How many bands copied Nirvana for, like, decades after? Every, like, white band, every white dude band since then has sounded a little bit like Nirvana. But they all sound corny. Nirvana, there's something authentic about it. And the guy killed himself.
But if he hadn't killed himself, then he might be corny today.
Yeah, that's true. Like Eminem. Like, if Eminem had died in, like, 2004,
he'd be
legend forever.
GOAT.
But I think back then he stopped giving a fuck about life. That guy was reckless.
That's fair.
That guy was reckless as fuck.
And then when he started caring and he started trying to get
Became
healthy and off the
corny.
drugs,
That's what he's doing now. He's got a beard. He's got plastic surgery. He's, like, healthy, and he has he's got a nice big house, and he tries to rap. It's like, no one cares. No one cares at all. But honestly, he's the perfect example. If he had died in 2003, 2004, Biggie, Tupac level, easily. It's actually hurting his career staying alive.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. And that's so true.
Like, Amy Winehouse, I think it would be the same thing. Like, she would have gotten, like, fatter and older. And, like, Marilyn Monroe, all these people, they get kind of immortalized when they die young. And so their art is what lives on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think...
That's part of the appeal, though.
Yeah. But Eminem had that energy. Eminem had that Patrice energy that I'm talking about. He just didn't die.
Yeah, he just fucked up and stayed alive.
So do you think I got a point? You think there's something?
Yeah, you're already writing that? I mean, it makes sense.
I'm trying to write it, but I'm just like, I'm trying to... Because you pointed out my one fault. Like, am I just romanticizing dead people too much? But I think a lot of people, like, their favorite artists are dead too.
That's what I said, because they're involatile. It's always going to be that. They are what they are now. They're dead. The rare cases are Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? That people try to dig it up after he's dead, but he's just a different level.
Yeah, because he was the most famous dude ever.
And it still didn't even really work like that. No one's going to stop listening to Michael Jackson.
I think a lot of people stopped listening to Michael Jackson.
I think people stopped listening to him in general, and I think the people who used to actually listen to him still listen to him. Like, I didn't listen to Michael Jackson.
You didn't? Not Thriller?
Like, I'd listen. I know the songs. I can sing a lot of the songs, but it's not... I'm in my shower. I'm about to queue up a playlist. I'm gonna put
I don't think
Billie
I've
Jean.
ever put him in my rotation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just if he's on. Yeah, I know all the songs, same shit. Who are your favorites? Like, do you have, like, idols like that? No?
No one I can think this person is, like, the GOAT. You know what I mean? That I romanticize like that. Maybe Neymar. I fuck with Neymar heavy.
We had this argument before when Kobe died. I'm like, you'd cry if Neymar died. And you're like, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Yes, the fuck you would. If Neymar died, you're crying.
Don't know.
You're crying. You're shedding a tear.
Can only cross that bridge when we get there.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I really didn't care when Kobe died. Not to be, like, an asshole, but it just...
But if Neymar died, you would feel something, even though you've never met him and you have no direct connection to him.
No, I have a spiritual connection to him. When I jerk off, I think about him, so, like, it's there.
Okay.
Spiritual, sexual, whatever you want to call it.
And cannibal. You said, like, if he was hungry.
I stand by that. I'm dying on that hill.
What'd you say?
if Neymar was hungry, starving, and the only thing left for him to eat was my firstborn, I'd feed it to him.
Bon appetit.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why Neymar?
I don't know. I just grew up on him.
Did you? Not really.
Yeah, he became a professional.
He's like 29.
Yeah, he's 28, 29.
28?
But he became a professional. He was what, 15, 16?
That's
so
true.
I was 9, 10.
Yeah, that's true.
That's when I first started understanding what soccer is and seeing who's good and who's not, and actually remembering games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when he started coming up. So we grew up together. So that's my guy.
That's why I changed my bio on Tinder. Just like, I'm so tired of having that astrology conversation again and again and again.
You put it in your bio?
I put like, haha, yes, let's talk about our star signs and listen to your problems. And then like now, let's talk about my birthday and ask about your problem. Now girls will come in like joking about Virgos. At least they're aware that like how common it is. Like that's the first conversation every time. Mm-hmm. Every time.
I had a girl literally ask me the time I was born, the weather outside, like shit like that.
Yeah, they want to know everything. This is too much. You the feds? The fuck?
But actually, I think that makes more sense than when they just hear, "Oh, I'm this side," and they're like, "Oh, okay, I can't fuck with you." Like at least you have a little bit of science behind it. Like you want to know the exact time. That kind of differentiates me from a lot of people.
If a girl's really gonna not fuck with you because of your sign, like I don't want to.
No, of course
clearly
not. Of course not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying a big problem I had with it is that you can't just clump that many people together into a personality trait because there's so many people born on the same day as you.
Yeah.
You can't just clump.
Well, every time you say that, they're like, "Oh, well, what about your Earth sign and your Moon sign?"
That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
if
there's
you
too many.
bring
What
it
the
down
fuck
to
is
the
this?
time they were born and like now you're narrowing it down to like someone specific, and if that means something different, you can have that if it makes you feel better. I'm not gonna judge you for it. But the first one is just so dumb that I can't even let you be at ease.
Are you like a Pisces? What are you?
Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
What does that mean? What are you supposed to be? Do you know? I'm supposed to be a neat freak. I'm supposed to be like really tidy and on top of everything and extremely organized. That's like Virgo trait. You think I'm like that at all?
No,
Not one bit.
not at all.
Look at the table right here. Like the setup for this. I'm not a neat freak whatsoever. I'm not wearing fucking socks right now. And you're supposed to be like extremely OCD organized, like washing my hands. Like that's what Virgo is. I'm not like that whatsoever. And then every time I say that, they like bring up my Earth and the Moon sign. And
Nah, the best is like when someone knows you and you're like, all right, so tell me what I am. If they don't know your birthday, because most girls don't know your birthday off the top of their head. All right, so tell me what I am. You know me.
yeah.
You got a 1 in 12 shot, realistically, because there's just no way you know.
Actually, there was this dude that I think Lily used to smash. Like they met on Tinder. He was a nice guy. We went to his crib and they had like a pool party.
I remember this.
Yeah. So later at night, he's talking about he's really into the star shit, and he got like a couple people there within the first couple of guesses. He got mine in 3 tries. That's pretty good. It took him 3.
25%.
25% chance. Yeah. But that's, I don't know. He got, I think, another person right too or some shit. Maybe there's something to it. Sometimes I think there is. Because when you talk to these experts, like you're like, oh, wait, how do you know that?
Experts. I don't know.
The scientists.
I'm starting to come to terms with the fact that it helps people cope and it helps people kind of self-identify.
Same with religion. I mean, you were talking about God earlier. Isn't that the same thing?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm coming to terms with it. Like, let them have it. I don't believe in it, but I understand how it helps them and why they need it. So just let them have it.
Why can't you say the same thing about God, though?
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
So you think that...
I'm not out here like, you're Christian. Ew, don't talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
but I used to be like, you believe in star signs? Like, fuck you. Like, you're dumb.
But yeah, you're all about like acceptance now and just accepting people for who they are.
No, I'm not all about acceptance. Like, I'm not here sitting cross-legged doing yoga in the morning.
You will be next time we do this podcast. You've made a transformation. People are like, this cast went from 16 to 30 real quick.
It's the beard, bro. It's how I'm thinking different.
It's the
beard.
hair
follicles. They're connected to my brain.
Right. Talking more like Joe Rogan now with the beard. Like you hunt.
Elk. No, I'm about to shave the beard for the next one just for the culture shock.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could,
We could shave another slit in your eyebrow.
Do you believe, like, how much do you really believe in God?
I don't know, bro. Not a lot. I thank God for most days, but I've said this before in the first podcast. I don't know what it's for, if I believe in it or if I'm just trying to secure my place in heaven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're all right. That's fair. I'm completely. They call it nihilist. That's what people are calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't believe in like anything.
I thought it was atheist.
Yeah, but atheists like have. I think they follow like some guidance stuff. I don't know. I don't think a lot of stuff matters like at all.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's being an absurdist, no? Or being absurdist is like the end all be all. Nothing's gonna really matter.
Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Is that a negative way of seeing the world?
Or it could be positive depending on how you take it. Like the way you put it in your last video, you stopped really caring and you went and you saw the world. You had good experiences.
Yeah.
You don't need to necessarily think that those things are important to enjoy them to the overall ending of the world.
How has your perception of life changed because of COVID? People on Patreon were asking that. I think it's a good question. Just one guy, he asked that, and then he said he reevaluated. Like he used to be really big into politics, and now every time he sees it, it just makes him mad and angry. Or like he used to care about what other people were doing or where other people's heads were at, and COVID made him realize like independence is what you should be doing. You shouldn't really care what other people do at all.
I agree with that. I didn't really participate in COVID for it to change me.
Yeah, you never cared.
No, I never really was shut down or scared or.
I was paranoid for a while. Like that's why like it changed the way I think a little. But you never let it affect you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm at that point now where I
think a lot of people are.
Or like paranoia's gone.
Yeah.
They're trying to stir it up. I could tell.
Of course they are. That's why they
see they're trying to
post
make
maps everywhere. This is the only country that's not getting better.
The heat maps.
Bro.
That's not true either. That's not true. I fell into a lot of that bullshit.
I'm pretty sure there's a documentary on how maps are almost always fabricated to some extent.
Yeah.
To fit a narrative.
Mm-hmm. And where are they getting these statistics? Like, yeah, you could.
Yeah, I've never been surveyed.
But even like on social media, people are trying. Like I'm seeing threads of people saying, like all the COVID symptoms that people have had after they got it. Like I lost my sense of smell. I can't hear anymore. Everything tastes like chemicals.
I'm not saying I don't believe it does.
A lot of that.
I believe it exists, bro, and I believe people are losing their taste and smell.
But I'm saying if people are dragging it to make you scared.
Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as people make. That's shit, bro. That suck. If you lost your taste and smell, like I'm sorry if that happened to you or someone you know, but you can't live your life in fear of that. And the hard truth is that no one's even participating enough, and the country's too big and too divided for us to all get on the same page on this thing. So you might as well just live your life.
That's what I mean. Like, I saw the effects of mob mentality and how strong they are during COVID. During
protests.
Yeah, like for once, like you could be chilling and then wrapped up in like something from one video on social media. You know what's funny? The first time I saw the George Floyd video, I didn't even care. I was just like, oh, I've seen this before. Like a black guy getting killed by the cops. Like kept scrolling. And then I saw people get outraged, and I got outraged. Mm-hmm. I just got wrapped up in the mob mentality this whole time. Like that's what happened. Like if you stay too programmed and too locked into anything and any types of media, you start thinking with the masses instead of thinking independently. I got to fix that. I don't want to ever get wrapped up like that quickly into stuff that only caring because other people care.
No, yeah, of course. But that one was a good one to care about. I think that was more productive than fucking people protesting COVID.
People are still doing that.
That's what I'm saying. That one I think is pointless.
Was it really productive?
Yeah.
What got changed? The cops are like not even arrested, right?
Nah, some of them did.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Derek Chauvin. Yeah.
Some good came out of it. A lot of awareness came out of it.
Or was that
I think it was helpful to.
You think all the looting was everything in Manhattan was boarded up?
I'm not saying it was 100% perfect, but
it was pretty fucking bad, dude. It was like
helped.
The Purge. It was the Purge for sure.
I think it helped uncloset a ton of people and their true views. Kind of made people more open about what they actually thought.
Yeah.
And I think that's productive just moving forward, just being able to identify those people. Even as much as it separates the country, people need to be transparent. We can't pretend that you don't hate this person.
Wait, so you think the haters got it?
Like, yeah, if you hate someone, if you're racist, say it.
What did that have to do with George Floyd? You think that brought them out? I think it I thought it brought them deeper in the closet.
Hell no, bro. How many people did you see with Blue Lives Matter flags?
Is that really racist, or is they just supporting the police?
Bro, if you're supporting the police who did that to George Floyd.
Okay, it's one cop. There's like
Okay,
3,000
that's where
police
like
in New
it
York.
stemmed from.
No, but they're also seeing the treatment that police got. Like people in Portland were saying that they should abolish the police. That was a really common trend to say literally abolish the police.
No. It was
people
way
were,
before that.
Yeah, people were lighting cop cars on fire. Like cops were getting killed. A couple
No, I
cops
understand
died
that.
in the protest.
I
So maybe
understand.
they're just like maybe we should support the police and not have anarchy. Like yo, Portland.
But that's not
I
where
was
Black
there,
Lives
bro.
Matter came from. I mean, that's not where Blue Lives Matter came from. It was
Blue Lives
way
Matter
before
just
that.
means-
Portland was way later. It was
Yeah.
like Black Lives Matter started all this police brutality. We're trying to
Black
protest
Lives Matter
against
was started by a white dude.
it. It was, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
Blue
This
Lives
guy,
Matter was
Sean
like a
King.
direct opposition to it, like combating it. Or else they wouldn't have called it that. They would have called it something different, like protect our cops movement.
I mean, that's the way you put it. It doesn't have to be like that. I don't think it was directly. If it were directly going against Black Lives Matter, it would be Black Lives Don't Matter.
but you can't do that
Why not?
because they don't want to uncloset themselves. They want to hide behind
You
this.
just said everybody.
They should. They should. I said they should.
Oh.
Not that they do. Obviously, not everybody does that. Most people don't. But I'm saying they hide behind this facade that they're really for the police and they really just care about these lives and they're not all bad people to kind of diminish what is going on and what they're actually doing. Like belittle all the bad shit that are happening by saying it's not all of them, but it's a lot of them. So it deserves attention. You shouldn't try to belittle it.
Do you believe in white privilege?
Yeah. I believe that not everybody starts off in the same place as life. You can get to wherever you want to be,
Yeah.
but the road is definitely a little harder for some people.
Do you think it was harder for you?
No.
I don't really think so for me either. That it was like harder in a lot of ways. In some cases, like the schools I went to, like really bougie, waspy schools. But even that was when the woke wave was starting, and they were trying to be really inclusive. So it was like fake nice. I got used to that early on, like white people being like corny nice. But other than that, I don't think like I had a disadvantage in what I want to do, at all. And when I traveled the country, I saw a lot of these white people like, yo, they live in like trailers and like these shit homes and the towns with no people, and all there is a bar and a tattoo shop. Like these people, is their lives like really that much better? Do they really start with this is the majority of the country, like people in Wyoming and Utah, like these broke ass white people who don't have jobs anymore because the mine closed, you know, and they drive trucks. Though that's like the majority of white people. The white people that we're used to here, that those are like the top 1%. There's such a huge, I never really put this into perspective, like in San Angelo, Texas, like there's nowhere town in Texas where it's all whites and they're like fat and one's on meth and there's just like a diner.
You think
Their
that's the
lives aren't
majority?
better.
think,
That's
like-
the majority. That's who voted for Trump, is these broke ass white people. That's like such a big part of the country. It's crazy like that. Being in New York, you don't really like conceptualize it. That is the United States of America.
Yeah, I've
Nashville,
never been to like the Midwest or any place like that.
all those places. It's just like sad white. Not I don't want to say they're all sad. I'm shitting on them too much, but I don't think they had an advantage at anything compared to me. How? Like what did they have easier?
Maybe numbers wise, there's less of them impoverished than there are minorities.
Okay, but me versus Timmy, born in, nowhere, Utah, in a Mormon family.
Okay, well,
Do we have like a getting rich? If we both want to become millionaires, we're like 3 years old. Like, does he have an edge compared to me?
I mean, can we take away the Mormon part and just say like he lives in a trailer park or something?
A trailer park. I had a step ahead. I think I grew up in a home.
Maybe, yeah.
I think there's more privilege in having like a 2-parent household, stuff like that. I think you have like a way bigger head start rather than your skin color in this country now.
So you think having 2 parents is important?
Yeah, having 2 parents is probably the biggest factor in how your kid's gonna turn out, like how stable the household is.
I agree.
I think that's the biggest one. Yeah, just don't.
I want to see some figures on that.
And I don't know. Like I'm getting to the part like the protests, and they're saying like it's a corrupt, racist, broken system like through and through. I was even saying some of that shit. Like, is it? To deny that there's been progress is just kind of ignorant.
No, there's definitely been progress,
are
but I
you
think it's
joking?
far from equal.
But is it really like a racist system?
You know what it
through
is
and
as
through?
well, bro? That it's not equal because in history, everybody got set so far back. You know what I mean? While white people were getting educated black people were slaves.
Yeah.
They learned that when they finally got free, they could only live in these modest areas. Black people were only really able to accumulate wealth recently.
Yeah, past like 50, 60 years. Yeah, so.
And that's what runs the world. That's what puts you in these good schools, gets you educated, creates a cycle of people who are well off. And white people have been having that since this country was founded. Minorities, they're getting that recently. And they're just starting to get like scholarships because they want to even the playing field a little bit.
Mm.
So there definitely is a head start for white people.
I even think I had some advantages, dude. Like applying to college, I think more colleges will
Because
want
they're
to
trying to
accept
even
me
the
because they
playing
want to
field.
have minorities, and I check like 3 boxes. I think like I have a better. That's why I got a scholarship at that boarding school I went to. I went for free. Shit's like $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I didn't have good grades. I wasn't a sports player. I was just a dude, just some random kid.
Just a Blasian.
That's it. I was Blasian. They put me in. I went for free. I don't think they would have given that scholarship to a trailer park kid in Montana. You know, I think I had an advantage there.
Yeah, you know why? Because the trailer park kids in Montana, their great grandparents had all these scholarships.
So they should suffer because of some grandparents? That's not fair. That's just like.
Yeah, or else it's going to be this continuous cycle of just white people being on top. Because the people in power are white people choosing white people.
Ideally,
You kind of got to force them to make the right choice. You can't just expect them to be morally sound and want to pick you.
yeah, but they didn't want to pick me for any correct reason.
That's what I'm saying. You got to force them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not.
Ideally, to stop racism, you just stop talking about it. You stop. That's what Morgan Freeman said. You just
Yeah, I remember that quote.
Well, I don't really feel like that yet. I don't really feel like people are ever trying to like get something from me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm at that level. But I could see, I remember like hanging with Mr. Beast. It's like I could definitely see how this guy has to keep his head on a swivel at all times because there's not really a lot of genuine interaction. Even now, like he's literally known for giving away millions of dollars. How many genuine interactions is he having?
For real.
Like anywhere.
Like all his videos are him and his boys. Whoever touches the car longest gets a brand new Lamborghini. Like how many people want to be friends with him just to be in one of those
That's
videos?
what I'm saying. Like he recruited some guys, and I think that they do like him. But it just like it'd be so hard to hire people who were like loyal. Like that's the problem that we had. Like how I don't really I could never like be genuine friends with someone who I know could like just can change my life. They could turn me into a millionaire in a second, and it wouldn't even affect them. You know what I mean? This guy could change your life forever.
Yeah,
in a snap of his fingers, and you're just like hanging playing Fortnite.
Yeah,
it's like,
it
dude,
always
change my
has to
life,
be in
bro.
the back of your. It has to be in the back
How
of your
are you
mind.
just hanging? You can't. It's not natural. I was wondering if you'd ever go insane for some shit like. Everyone at a fast food restaurant too. He goes to Subway and they're like, "Oh, are you gonna tip me?" Like he just wants to get a sandwich, and some people want like $10,000. Anywhere.
Well, that part he kind of did to himself. He's giving his whole
He did.
shit away.
I know. I'm not saying it's like not his fault, but sheesh.
I can imagine someone just like trying to be extra fake to him, just like, no, don't worry, I got this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
knowing that, I don't know.
Yeah, there were some weird moments like that where we go out to eat lunch, and then like we were used to him paying for lunch, and so I was like, oh yeah, you got it, and then he's like, oh no, we're gonna split the check. We're all like, really? We're gonna split the check, man? Like, okay, like the waitress has to bring out 8 receipts for all these people, like $10 each. It's like, dude, we know you give away Mercedes for your
Yeah,
like,
and then you leave in 3 G-Wagons.
it doesn't make any sense.
Everybody get in.
It makes no sense.
This one's actually yours. This one's yours.
Just weird moments like that. I've never experienced anything like that.